double honors. I think it's recording, okay. I hope so, at least. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom also to the One-Third Israelites, which include the Judas children, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Indians, who are still oppressed together according to the book of Jeremiah 50 and 33, but to whom shall lay paternity, adoption, the giving of the law, the promises, the glory, the covenants, according to the book of Romans, chapter 9, if you don't know. And today we want to talk about, if you feel there are certain mornings or certain evenings, even, or middays, or, certain times in the day, first and foremost, where you feel like, or where you feel exhausted, or where you feel like, because this flesh is kind of like already disturbed or sick, if you will, okay. Basically, the 144,000 are used to God bodies, okay, or not human bodies, you see. So being in this chains of darkness, which are these bodies what we have right now, called human body, okay, we are really in a sick state, okay, we are really in a exhausted state already since we were born, okay. It's like this body can really not do many things, okay. This body is full of course it's a temple and things like that, okay, but it's still human, okay, and the elect is striving for being changed into a godlike being, okay, which is no longer human, okay, and which has to do with the point where, or before we had these chains of darkness, you see. So let's go into some scriptures. And this is Matthew 11 and 28. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest, okay? Doing these videos, going to camp, or doing camp, okay, and things like that, okay? All these things, we do that besides our main life, or our, not main life, but or our so-called life, our so-called normal life, if you will, okay? So basically, these things can be exhausting also, okay? Doing a lesson, okay, trying to do a lesson all day and trying to go to camp every week, okay? That's really exhausting, okay? That's really exhausting doing these things, okay? Because it needs your mind, okay? It really requires your mind, okay? It requires concentration, okay? It requires spirit, okay? You need to talk about things that are important, okay? Not just doing a video or not just doing camp, okay? You have to, of course, we repeat sometimes things that we already talked about in the last camp, or in some camp, or a certain camp, or whatever, okay? But the point of doing these things is, okay, let's say you do 10 videos and in 4 videos you actually said something that you already said in another video, but these basics are important, and these basics, okay, may reach some guy or woman out there that never saw one of these other 9 videos. So it's actually beneficial to repeat things, okay? Because a normal human being, a normal human being can't watch 10 videos at the same time, okay? If somebody's interested in the truth, he will maybe just see one video of a brother, and to this brother he comes to the truth, but never watched a video from that brother again, but still is in the truth, watching other brothers and sisters, You see? So was it worth now if you, if I go on your channel and I have on the same topic, I have like 30 videos because you are now years in the truth and you uploaded many videos and things like that. That's beautiful because at least everything what you do in the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai will give you more riches in the kingdom, okay? Look at these other people, man. They will have a tent in the kingdom, man, compared to our palace, man, okay? And the more you do these videos and camp gatherings and so on, the more you stock up riches in heaven for you, okay? Not for these other people, because you know, they're not even coming over the getting over the fact that this riches here in this world time is basically nonsense and vain, okay? The riches in the next world is really not vain and not nonsense and really riches, okay? We're talking about things here that are not even affordable for even the richest people here on earth right now, okay? That is what we're talking about, okay? And we stock up these things while these other people being basically busy with things what they can take with them in the next world time, you see? So basically vain, okay? Like the drop that followed from a vessel, okay? That is how Yahweh looks at the riches of these heathens, okay? Because it's really nothing, of course, you know. And also, you know, a drop compared to a sea, okay? That is all these riches on this world compared to the next world time when it comes to, you know, the cost, if you will, okay? You know. We will things that are right now not affordable and don't even exist in some cases, okay? Just think about the golden street, okay? Show me one golden stone, if you will, okay? The real gold, you know. Show me one real gold stone that is bigger than, I don't know, 1 kilometer, okay? That's not possible in this world, man, and that's what we're talking about here, man, okay? We will have riches way out of these people's mind, man, okay? And these lessons and these camp gatherings, as I said, stack up our money in the kingdom, okay? That's what it is. So it's never in vain to do these lessons, okay? And this is Isaiah 40:29. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might he increaseth strength, okay? And there are times, you know, where I was reading, for example, this kind of verses, but I never really was looking at them again, okay? And to these lessons, to these camp sittings and camp gatherings, we learn certain things, okay, again or better, okay? Because this is really an important verse for me, and I wouldn't even think about reading a verse like that if I would not do these lessons, okay? So it's of course important to read something like that again, okay? Because really I was today feeling like, I need some verses about power and energy, and these are these verses what I looked for. And what does it benefit me if I just read it for myself? It's better to do a video about it, so, you know, people can share that, or I can share it with people and stack up money in the kingdom, okay? Why should I read it for myself only, okay? It's not just reading, it's also a lesson also, of course, you know. Let me read it again, Isaiah 40:29. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might he increaseth strength. Okay. Psalm 62:1. Truly my soul waited upon God, from him cometh my salvation. Okay. Yeah, can't truly. Okay. Truly my soul waited upon God, because if you watch all these things happening right now in the world, sometimes it's basically so much that you can't even keep up to everything, but you clearly see that something is going on, and that we are on these end days where the apostles back then dreamed of. Okay, we are living right now in these days where the apostles of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, okay, Yahushai, the Son of God, okay, always wished for to live in. Okay, like they ask him when is the time, and things like that. He always answered, it's not now, it's kind of like a little bit later. Okay, what are 1,000 years, man? What are 2,000 years? It's nothing, right? But these people have a different mind frame, okay, than the elect, and then Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, of course, first and foremost. Okay, and this is Hebrews 12:3, for consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest ye be wearied and faint in your minds. Okay, so we don't want to be wearied and faint in our mind, man. Okay, so you have to stay in the spirit, reading the scriptures, studying the scriptures, to not getting wearied and faint. Okay, especially in your mind, which is your heart, according to the Hebrew. Okay, all what we say is basically according to the Hebrew. It's not like we go into the Hebrew in every video, because certain things are already learned. Okay, certain things are already so common to us that we don't even go into the Hebrew anymore, because it's so common. Okay, it's common, okay, for me to read hard in the scriptures in the English Bible, King James Version, of course, and I know already that it's talking about the mind. Okay, but certain people have to go first into the Hebrew to see that this is actually not talking about your heart that is under your head. Okay, what pumps your blood to your veins. Okay, you really believe that? No, you have to go into the Hebrew, okay, to see that this word comes from mind or or your head. Okay, your dogs. Okay, so if you read heart in the Bible, it means your mind. Okay, your inner person, if you will, your inner mind. Okay, so these are some basics that we don't go to in every video. Okay, this is also a basic Hebrew what you have to understand in these late days. Okay, if these things don't sit right now, okay, how should they? Okay, how can they later? Okay, because you have the new moon doctrine, you have the other topics that are important. Okay, so the later it gets, man, okay, the more difficult it is to basically get all the knowledge, okay, all the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay, but we know, of course, that some may see the UAPs and start to look for the elders and apostles of GMS, Great Millstone. Some different things will happen that will cause people to react different and to think different. Okay, and I just say it like that. The earlier you're in, the safer it is for you in the end, because the risk of eventually coming not into the truth, okay, is of course bigger and bigger. Okay, the later it gets, man. Okay, there are, of course, like I said, people or Israelites. Okay, you can't come in the truth if you're not an Israelite. That come in later, things like that. Okay, blood descended Israelites who would not appear as a so-called Negro, Latino, and Indian, for example, who are 100% Israelite also, many of them also, So, of course, this is a thing which is not to be played with. Okay, this is the most important thing of your life. Okay, coming into this truth, the earlier the better. Okay, the later the more risk, actually, just say it like that. So let's go into the next verse. Your brother, let me, Philemon 1 and 20, Your brother, let me have joy of thee in the Lord, refresh my bowels in the Lord, you see. Very beautiful. Sometimes you have to remind yourself how beautiful actually the Lord is and how he created everything according to his harmony and his understanding and wisdom. Okay, look how the things work. Besides all that evil and madness and things that just suck and give you the feeling of this world is actually really disgusting. Okay, disgusting. Okay, there are enough cases to go into that, but anyway. Besides that, there's a real great harmony that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai created, and that he wants for this next world to come in a perfection. So what you need, what is it that you need if you have a perfect world? Exactly, it's perfect people. Perfect people, okay? What is the perfect people? Exactly, it's the real Hebrew Israelites, okay, starting with the elect 144,000, being in a God body, having God power, and living in a God world, with normal human beings, of course, also, but okay, I don't talk about them, I just talk about the elect right now, okay? And we striving right now, or we stacking right now for the time, okay? So what is more important than that? Exactly, really nothing. So with that, all praises to Yahweh. Shalom.